to you about bright ideas and developing your idea. So if you guys are not following us here on the Haps, go ahead and check us out. I'll post up the link, and you guys can go and find us here, or you could just go ahead and find us. We're here on the Haps under For Humanities Tees. And of course, we usually are on Facebook, StreamYard, YouTube, all of those different platforms, and you could find us there. So we're going to talk about my bright idea, and we're going to just talk about ideas that you may have that you've been still sitting on, and you just need someone to kind of help you bring them out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about bringing your ideas out and bringing them to where you can actually implement them, and having like some folks who can help you. And that's where I come in. So if you are not checking out what we got going on here, please do. And you can go here and just check this out at the link bit.ly/ my bright idea. And that is where you can go and check out what we're going to be talking about here today. And I'll be presenting up here on the screen. So for those who know, I am Shannon, the co-founder of For Humanities, and we are an online t-shirt brand. We design and create socially conscious t-shirts that spark social change and restore humanity. And our goal is to help entrepreneurs take their brand message and bring that to fruition. Well, you are bringing your brand message to life where people really can understand what you're doing. And then we, of course, do some other things on the side where we help other folks kind of find the clarity of their message. And, that's just kind of some other things that we do. But we like it, and it's fun and it's creative. So we're talking about my bright idea this morning, and it's always a great day for Monday. Mondays are wonderful. If you really think about a Monday, Mondays just kind of bring clarity. You're ready to go. The day after Valentine. So happy Valentine's Day after, for those of you guys who were cupcaking on yesterday. And of course, you guys should know what cupcaking means. But for those of you guys who were cupcaking yesterday, hopefully you guys had a great time. And despite the fact that, we're still in this global pandemic, and however, and we have to keep spatially aware of ourselves and others. So for those of you guys who are here, we're going to talk about bright idea. So we're going to go ahead and go through it. Of course, this is our wonderful My Bright Idea light bulb, because again, we know that an idea starts with an idea. It starts with a thought. It starts with a wonderful thought and filament that's right there. Of course, we know that a Black man refined that filament so that that light bulb can last a whole lot longer. And if you didn't know, go look that up. That will be some great stuff to do. So when we go right here, subscribe below, and you can get more information about ideas or platforms that we're doing, if we're having any specials, or just when we're having classes that are on specifically those types of things. That is where that's going to come in at. We'll be doing, more classes just on the idea part of things, just so that you guys can get some sort of like where you go and you just kind of pitch your idea. So we'll be doing some more of that. We'll be doing that like once a month. We'll be moving things to a once a month calendar so that you guys can know exactly what's coming up and what's happening in the land of For Humanities. So go ahead and subscribe. And as you can see here, we have a bright idea 4-week session that you can connect with. It's 4 weeks, as low as $200. And, you pay that over the 4 weeks, which is really a great deal. Because what you're going to get is going to render return on your investment of more than that, because your idea is going to be developed. You're going to have it set, you're ready to go, and then you will be able to execute it, because once you have a plan, then you know what you're going to execute. So as we know that we can't execute nothing. We can't execute when we don't have the plan set out. That's the part that we can't do. So that's usually what ends up happening, is that we don't know exactly what we're going to be doing and what steps we're going to take. Once we have a plan, then we can actually get that done. Now, this here, we're going to talk about a little bit about the thoughts and things that come to mind that is like crazy. So when you look this up, of course, you know, some research that I was looking up, and they said that an average person has 35,000 thoughts per day. And yes, as I said, it is 35,000. So that's roughly 2,000 decisions per hour, or one decision every 2 seconds. So no wonder we're overwhelmed. So every 2 seconds, you're deciding if you're going to do this or do that. There's always something else that you're thinking. Should I do this or should I get that? Should I make that or should I do this? Should I go here or should I go there? So you're thinking so much, and the mind will start thinking about things even if you weren't prepared to think about them. So when we think about ideas and we talk about ideas, hey, Hot Cat, how you doing? We got Hot Cat in the building here. Hot Cat is over there. She don't have any snow though in Mississippi, but it's cold. So how you doing? So when we think about that, we know that the numbers are mind blowing, but it seems like making a decision to build your business always get pushed to the back burner. How many of you guys are pushing your ideas to the back burner? I could raise my hand because there's several ideas and things that I should have done. And it's like, you keep pushing them back because you have other things that keep on interfering and getting in there, or, you just procrastinating and you just not doing it. There's always something that's going on. Oh, you got snow now. Okay. So y'all finally got the snow. Great. Well, great and not great. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's just not good without a little bit of snow in y'all lives over there. So we are definitely talking about that overwhelming feeling that you get when you're trying to get a lot of things done. When you got stacks and stacks of paper sitting on your table here, like I do, and it's like, okay, you got to go through all of that and figure out what is and what isn't. And that's the one thing, you definitely still got to go through it. You have to know what it is that you want to look at, what it is that makes sense, because at the time when you were doing it, it was making sense. Oh, look at that. Okay, I see your snow. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of snow. Well, shoot, the snow just came in just that quick, because that's a whole lot of snow sitting on the ground. So yeah, so that's a lot of snow. So Hot Cat has snow in Mississippi. So yeah, that's cool. Snow. Finally got some snow. So when we go in, and we have to take a commercial break. Commercial break. So when you have that feeling of overwhelm, you really want to be able to bring yourself back to a base, or bring yourself back down to some clarity. And my goal here is to help you take that feeling of overwhelm away. So when you're learning something, you don't have to have a feeling of overwhelm. You don't feel like, there's just so much going on that you don't know exactly what to do. But that's what happens when you're bringing someone in to help you, getting clarity, taking manageable steps so that, you can launch. So those are the things that we want to do. Thoughts to launch. That's what we want to think about. What are the thoughts that you have to launch your idea and your bright idea and to get it done? So that's what we're going to focus on. So now I'm sure, of course, that ideas will pop up. Everyone gets an idea and they have one. The one thing that we want to think about as our idea is it doesn't have to be perfect, though. Don't try to wait for your ideas. Everything has to be perfectly aligned. Everything have to be, because there's perfection you won't get. You won't get perfection. It's not going to happen. You just have to understand that some things you're going to have to leave that to chance. And no one's saying, I'm just going to go and throw my money out the window and hopefully, I can catch it or whatever. No, don't get it twisted. Stay focused, because that type of talk will push you out the window of stuff, and then you start going way to the left. So you want to stay centered in knowing that you got to make good decisions, but you have to make one. And that's the point. And together, what we're going to do is we're going to push past some of that fear you have that's been blocking you because you've been putting other things in the forefront and saying, well, what about this and what about that? Let's just get down to the bottom line of it. You haven't done it today. Now you got a reason as to say why you, what if this and what if that. The end results are still you have not done it. You can have not done it because you're making up a reason, or you can have not done it because there is a reason. I mean, whatever. The point and bottom line is that either it's still not being done. So when we look at the facts say it's not done. And regardless to, what the reasoning is and why it happened, it's your reason, but it's still bottom line. Either you didn't do it for fear or you didn't do it because you couldn't do it, because it's still not done. So what you want to be doing is figuring out ways on how you can get these things done by having someone who can help you. So I'm sure you know by now, coming up with an idea is the easy part. Now, what we know is the hard part is implementation. Implementation is what keeps it just an idea if you're not able to do it. If you are able to do it, you want to come on in here and save your seat and get in here and let me help you. Let me help you, because sometimes that's just what you need. Oh, you never had it? You mean commercial break? You mean snow? What? What you saying? That you never had snow? I'm sure you guys had snow before. Give me more detail, Miss Lady Girl. So that is what we're talking about today. So again, we have the My Bright Idea one-day session, which is $45. And that's where me and you have a consultation day, and we sit and we talk and we actually figure out what's one of your ideas that you need to develop. And then we give you the details. We sit together and we talk about how to make it happen. Now, your job is to go out and actually take those steps and execute them. That's what your responsibility is to do. Your responsibility is to make these things happen. And I can't even find a pencil because I'm trying to write something down. Because as I be talking about stuff, other things will come to my head. Every 10 years, it would snow. Wow. Okay, well, I guess it's your 10-year anniversary. So there you go. You got the snow. 10-year anniversary with the snow. So there you go. Snow you have. But, we don't have snow, unfortunately. California hasn't had any snow. Now, there might be some snow when it gets really cold. There is some snow that will be way up in the high elevations on some mountain tops. It'd be tips of snow. So that's what it is. So what we're going to talk about is the objective. And then we have next steps. So next steps, when we're going to be talking about for you and what your plan is. And then, of course, as I say in the little ebook thingy that I have, it's like who's needed to get your idea implemented. Those are the key points of what it is. And then, you want to ask yourself, what has stopped you? What has stopped you all this time? How long have you had this idea? How long have you had it? Because those are things that will definitely matter in the end as you accomplish the goal and you get it done. So you want to know what the objectives are. And then you want to, talk about, who's needed to get this idea done. And then what has stopped you so far and how long have you had it? Next steps and, what is your objective? And then, what is the idea? Have you actually thought about what the whole idea really is? I mean, I know sometimes it can get a little lost because we have so many things that go into it, but we have to really look at what is the one main focus of the idea that you're trying to do. And then how do you get the steps of implementation? What does it take? What is it going to take to get this done? What is it going to take? And those are things that you are going to need to know. What would it take, and then who's going to be there? Who will it take? Some things are not for you, and that's why sometimes your ideas get held up, because you're thinking that you're supposed to know how to, do the cabinets, or you need to know how to do the electricity, or you need to learn how to do the plumbing, and that's not for you. You have to go and get someone to do that. So if it's going to cost you, I remember the straight for real transparency. My bathroom, okay, some creative genius decided they wanted to tear out the bathroom enclosure. They wanted to tear the bathroom enclosure out that has been here since, the beginning of the house. And, they always, when you get houses, when they put houses together, they always put the stock standard grade enclosure bathroom, bathtub thingy in there. So just some cheap stuff. But anyway, it was in there. And the thing is that, it was time to get that out of there, because it wasn't really cool, and it just wouldn't come clean. So I was like, okay, this is time for this to go. I know how to fix pipes. Oh, you know how to fix pipes, girl? Well, you some genius over there, because no, I don't do piping. But they pulled it out, and unfortunately my son pulled it out, him and his friend. But then when they pulled it out, they broke the pipe that goes to the bathtub. They broke the piping that goes to the bathtub for the water. So it had been like that for a long time, and this was during time I was going through treatment. So I couldn't worry with no bathtub. So one of the bathrooms were out of commission, in a sense. You couldn't take showers in there, couldn't use the bathroom, because I took the toilet out because I was going to be redoing the bathroom. So just on the real side, it had been like that for years. It was during my whole time of treatment. I finished treatment in 2016. 2016. Okay. So this is 2021, but at the time, I believe I had it fixed was 2020. That has been 4 years that bathroom has not been used. And that's for real. It has not been used to that degree. So with all of that, the point is that I had to put away money so that I can get someone to come and fix the bathtub. I had bought a bathtub, and I had toilets. Those same toilets and bathtub was sitting here in this house for years, sitting there, because again, I was going through treatment, and I was not in that direction of fixing no bathroom. But what I had to do is, I didn't know what it was going to cost. So I had to save. I had to, kind of figure out what it was to get someone to come in here and put the bathroom in. I had a couple guys come, and they were going to fix it, said they were plumbers, did the lookup on the thingy and said, okay, I need a plumber. They came over, was wasting my time, and didn't get it done. And it was like, okay, forget it. Now, fortunately, I did not pay them at the time, because they were still just trying to get the job. But I guess it was a little too much for them to handle, and they couldn't do it. So I was like, no, because I was smart about it. I wasn't about to give nobody any money until it was like, okay, let's get this job done. So anyway, after 3 people, it was like, forget this. So I was like, I need to have someone who that is their profession come and do this. So I had to save. So the point of this story is that your ideas will sit because you're thinking you need to do everything yourself and figure it out. And that's not what you need to do. You have to get someone to come in, and they can help you do it. They can help you. Let them do. And I talk about this whole SWOT analysis on Thursdays. But we talk about the whole thing, well, actually on Wednesdays. But we talk about it in the sense of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And you need to, of course, we all need to allow people who are good at what they do to have that opportunity to do it. and we can't take that away from them, as opposed to everyone wants to be totally just do it. Some things you can do on your own, and some things you need to go pay someone. I'm not about to go out there and try to do the electricity. That's not my thing. I'm not going to try to do necessarily the plumbing unless it's like, putting the toilet back on, or I can do some sprinklers. I can do that. I can do some sprinklers. I can do some tile. I can do some flooring. I have not done crown molding, but I mean, how hard could that be? But, hey, that's kind of how that works. But some things you just, you have to get people who are good at what they do to do it, because that's what's going to move you to get your idea implemented. So that's where, again, different people come in. That's where I come in. I help you develop that idea and help you get it done so that you can have some walking papers, or you can have, what your game plan is going to be, and so that you can actually get it done. We definitely all got to have a game plan. And, that's just kind of how that works, what our plan is. Every year is passing by as fast as it can go. We talked about 2020 and write the vision. We talked about 2021, new vision. 2022 will roll around here on us really quickly. And, we definitely have to kind of keep things moving for ourselves, because if you think back years ago when, before these 20s or whatever came, we were in 1999. We were thinking about, 2021 is going to be so far from now. Well, look at it. We made it. We're still here. And we still probably have been sitting on an idea that we've been wanting to do for quite some time. So as you can see right here, we got the link bit.ly/mybrightidea. If you're interested and you want to actually get your idea implemented and you want to bring it to the forefront where you're not sitting on it, then this is the time to do it. We have a 1-day session. You can join. It's $45. We have a 4-week session. After you've kind of figured out what the plan and you still need some support and you've decided that I am the person to help you, then that is when you can check out the 4-week session and sign up. So with that, let me say good morning to you guys. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? So thank you guys for coming in this morning and being a part of My Bright Idea Monday. And you talking about yourself. Girl, look, I talk about myself all the time in instances of stuff. If something is going on, I'm speaking from experience, stuff that I did. And that's kind of like, for me, it was like, I can't go in there and be trying to fix that bathtub. I tried, and it was like, okay, even me and the little guy, he even cut a hole in the wall on this side of the thing because the bathtub is right there so that you can get a straight shot into it. So we cut that. So, now I got to fix it. Now that's the one thing I can do. I can repair holes in walls. I can do that. I can do that myself. I know how to texture. I know how to do that. So I can repair that drywall my own self, because it's like a square so big of a TV, like a 13-inch. And then I can do that myself. I've done that all day long. So I know how to use some stucco. Well, not stucco. I know how to use some putty and all of that stuff. I know how to do it. I know how to put in toilets. I know how to do all of that. That's like minor. So anyway, thank all of you guys for coming in here on this Bright Idea Monday. Be sure to check us out if you want to get some help with your idea. We have one session that's $45 for the first time us getting together, and then thereafter you can be a part of the 4-week session, or you can just say, hey, each time I have an idea and I need you to help me out, I want to have you on retainer, and you just pay. It's $45 each time. We can sit, we sit for a minute, we go over stuff, we plan it, we develop it, and then there you go. You're on your way doing your thing. And that's how that works. So thank all of you guys for coming in here. Thank you, Hot Cat, as always. For those of you guys who are coming in and going to catch this replay, I appreciate you guys, and all of you guys who've been watching on some form of YouTube, Periscope, Twitter. and Facebook on both channels, For Humanities and my Shannon Griffin personal page. So thank you guys. Y'all have a great Monday. I'll see you guys later on tonight with My Bright Idea After Dark. See you guys.